Have you ever felt like you're too whitewashed for your family, but you're too brown for your friends? Like, no matter where you are, you're never quite enough. Growing up as an immigrant in the West sometimes means that you have this double life. You're cultured at home, but then totally different outside. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the in-between space that a lot of you guys are in, why it exists, how to own who you are, and stop feeling like you have to choose a side. I also do attachment research and work in mental health for a living, so everything I say is backed up in science, okay? I'm gonna talk about a little bit about my story and like why I have insight on this subject, but if you want to skip this, you can skip right to the info that's gonna help you, okay? Okay, so I'm Indian and I moved to Canada when I was a baby, and I grew up in a super white town. In elementary school, there was only like 2 colored people, which was like me and then this other Asian girl. Super non-diverse. There was a lot of things that I went through culturally. Like, for example, not only did I look different, not only did I not feel very pretty, I was super brown and traditional at home. We were always watching Bollywood movies. Our first language at home was Hindi, but then at school, I was obviously completely different. My parents obviously emphasized things like academics, which I feel like some of my friends and stuff didn't. When I really started to feel like confused almost between these 2 identities was like when I was in high school. Like, I would see all the girls that were getting the attention were like the blonde ones, and so I wanted to dye my hair blonde. Like, everybody would wear like Lululemon, like these tight clothes, and I wanted to wear that because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be like the girls who were like the cool girls getting to party every Friday night and drink, and my grandparents at home were like, what? I also wanted to be like the pretty girls, and if that meant a certain body type, that meant straightening my hair, frying it off, doing my makeup a certain way. That's what I wanted to do. But I also like did enjoy my Indian side kind of at home. Like, you know, I enjoyed the music, I enjoyed our food, like, but I kind of felt like I had this like double life. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk about a Bollywood movie at school, or I wouldn't be able to like, you know, talk about like a makeup routine or makeup technique that looks good on brown skin with my friends at school. Like, I always just felt like I was in this conflict. Like, I was very different at home, and I would have to hide how I am with my friends. And then when I'm with my friends, I would have to kind of hide or not really talk about a lot of the stuff at home, because I just felt like I had 2 different identities, which was being Indian and then like trying to be white. One thing that like I wanted to tell you guys is I remember like being in elementary school and at one point thinking like I actually just want to be white. I used to actually think sometimes, like when I would see all these other girls getting attention and stuff that were white and blonde and like would wear certain things, I was like, I think I would be a lot prettier if I just had lighter skin. And unfortunately I'm not lighter skin, and it just like sucks. That is such a crazy thing to think of now that I'm like 25 years old. Like, feeling like I wish I was just lighter skin, feeling like I wish I was just like, if I was just white, I'd be prettier. And like, it's such a dark, horrible place to be in. And I'm gonna help you get out of it. So first of all, I wanna talk about how the dilemma is real, okay? Let's just acknowledge that this dilemma exists. Why does nobody talk about this? There's no YouTube videos on it. There's no freaking TikToks, no books on it. When you are any immigrant who immigrates to another country, the dilemma between the 2 cultures is real. There's a lot of us brown people now in Canada and in America, okay? And like, there are things, it's not just like the food and the clothes and the weather, it's the culture, it's the values, it's the morals, it's the way you're raised, especially as a kid, that is so conflicting. Like, the dilemma between like wanting to fit in and like living in a society where things are done so differently, and growing up in a more traditional different culture which is like totally different. Bro, like, that in itself is something like that's a big deal. Legit an identity crisis. And one thing I want to say is that a lot of times our parents, they really don't get it, because like they're also experiencing like a new culture, but they weren't raised with having this dilemma and like growing up like it. The second thing I want to talk about, which is the meat of this video, is you do not have to choose. We think we need to either be more white and fit in, or we need to be more brown. We always think like, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're either whitewashed or they're like super brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can be both. You can be Desi, you can be brown, you can be whatever culture you are. You can be Latino, you could be, you know, Black, Caribbean, but you were just raised in North America. And what I want you to open your mind to is like, that in itself is an identity. It's not like, oh, I'm a mix of Indian and a mix of white. It's like, no, I am a North American brown person. That in itself was its own identity. It's not, I'm just a mixture. It's like, this is an identity in itself. Like, if you think of Indian and brown, it's not like, oh, I'm somewhere in the middle, I'm a mix. No, there's another identity in there. Call it whatever you want. You can call it American born, whatever ABCD that they call us, American born, Desi, or whatever. You could call it just like, I'm just just a Desi person or a brown person that grew up in America. And that is my identity. I'm not on a spectrum of brown and white and oh, I'm in the middle and either or. I have my own identity in the middle. Like, for example, like you can wear jumkas and wear your jeans and like that's our style now and that's our identity. Being Indo-Western like is our identity. Like the same how people who are half black, half white call themselves light skinned. They don't say like, oh, I'm like a mix of black and white. Like they'll be like, I'm light skinned. That's their identity. Do you know what I mean? Like not to say that we're half white, but like we could be Indo-Western. We could do things that are a mixture of like being brown. Like we could be hard workers, but we also like stand up for our salary and want vacation and don't overwork ourselves. Like the way white people stand up, but we also really hard work the same way brown people work hard. You belong to yourself. Okay? You are your own identity. The mix of the two cultures created another identity, which is you. You're not struggling and trying to become more white or, oh, maybe I shouldn't be too white because I can't. I'm going to be more brown. The mixture of the two cultures is you, and you are your own identity. Now, the third thing I want to actually talk about is taking the best of both worlds. My dad used to actually always say this to me when I was a kid, and I actually don't think I understood. I feel like when you have two cultural identities, you can either take the bad of both or you can take the good of both. And you have an opportunity right now to actually take the good in both of the cultures, the West, Canada, America, wherever you live, UK, and the Indian, the brown, wherever you're actually from. Because there's obviously cultures, values, morals, there's things that are good in both cultures. In India, there's a lot of family values. We value relationships. Our food, our culture, our music is on the rise. We have so much good stuff, okay? In the West, there's independence, there's self-expression, there's emphasis on like therapy, there's emphasis on like mental health, like, you know what I mean? Like getting resources. There's a lot of good things in both cultures that you actually have an exciting opportunity to take both pros of the cultures and put it in your identity. It could literally be like your superpower. Like, for example, like I have the family values and the morals and traditions. Like I value relationships, I value family, and I have the close-knit relationship that we would have in India. At the same time, I'm balancing it. And I have the independence, and I'm in therapy, and I'm able to advocate for myself the way people do in the West. You can kind of have this mixture. An example that I've always said is like, I, for example, live 30 minutes away from my home, so I feel like I still get that family value, but I also have my own condo, once again, 30 minutes away. And so I have my independence, like when I want it, but on the weekends I can still go home and like have the family dinner and have the Indian food and everything. Like, you know what I mean? You have your own identity, and you can actually take the pros out of both and make it yours. Okay? Now, there are people who will also take the negatives out of both cultures and try to make it theirs, but we're not going to go there because we don't do that. Okay? You guys are better than that. I saw this quote yesterday, which was perfect for this video, about being and feeling like the black sheep of your family. And it says, most black sheep of the family become self-healers, break their generational curses, fear, guilt, and shame, and start their own lineage. This is what I mean by being the black sheep or feeling like you're out of place. In a way, you've created your own identity. In that identity, you can do things like be the first self-healers in your family. Be the first person who goes to therapy in your family, you know, like take that from the West. You know, break the generation curses that exist. You also, once again, are breaking the fears, the guilt, the shame that maybe exists from, you know, one of your cultures, and you're starting your own lineage. Like you are starting your own lineage with a mix of values and a mix of traditions and a different way of thinking. Now, the next thing I wanted to kind of talk on is specifically about South Asia. To anyone who has felt ashamed of being South Asian, I feel like in a way here, I'm speaking to my younger self. I think that, as I said earlier, like there was a point when I really like wanted to be white, and there was a point when I shied away from my Indian side completely and just ignored it as a kid, like the hair, my look, wanting to lighten my skin, not wanting anything to do with Indian music, just literally wanting to be white because I wanted to be accepted. There was bullying, like, you know what I mean? I want to say something specific. Now, there has been this whole Scandinavian scarf thing going on where like brands like Opali, like popular Western fashion brands are like using dupattas, like Indian fashion, and kind of making it their own and then like selling it as like a Scandinavian dress or like a Western dress, but it's like literally they're wearing a dupatta, like an Indian chutney. And it's kind of been this thing on TikTok where people are talking about how like there's a lot of Indian culture that's been brought to the West and they kind of steal it and stuff, and that's besides the subject. But when you actually think about it, you are shy of being South Asian because of maybe your little closed environment. Like I was in Whitby, Ontario, okay? Maybe if I lived somewhere more where more Indian people I wouldn't be so shy about it. What I want you to actually look at is Western culture has adapted Desi culture and Indian culture, South Asian culture so much. Like yoga. for example. That is a very Hindu, very Indian practice. It's brought to the West and like they love it and they're like, namaste bitches. Like, you know what I mean? They thrive by that. Turmeric. Haldi doodh is literally such a brown thing and it's turmeric lattes sold everywhere. Oiling your hair, doing tel massage, something that we might maybe used to shy away over, which is like such an Indian tradition. Not only is it good for your scalp and neurologically, but good for your hair. And we have like some of the best hair. It's where they get our extensions from us. That's Indian. Some of our fashion now is being adapted. Look at all the house music remixes. There's a lot of Indian music, old classic Bollywood music in it. Now is definitely not the time to be shy or being South Asian, bro. We are literally killing the game. The West has literally taken so many of our things and loved it and spread it, you know? Why are you shying away when clearly our culture has so much richness to it? Besides Hollywood, there's only really Bollywood. We're doing something right. There are so many brown actresses now in the media, like the Bridgerton had a Sharma on it. Never Have I Ever the show, Indian representation. There's so many brown influencers around you making it. YouTubers, Tam Kaur is one. So many makeup girlies. There's Indian inspiration everywhere. And so I feel like if you are still feeling a little bit shy or about being Indian, girl, there's so many people who are Indian. Our culture is everywhere and we're killing it and people love us and you should love us. Do you know what I'm saying? Now is not the time to shy away from being Indian. Like, we are really the shit. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry if some of you guys don't like me saying that, but like, we're killing the game right now in every industry. Do not be afraid of your culture. And I wish somebody told me this when I was younger. See, other people might not get it, but like, you yourself have to be proud of being Indian. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Now, lastly, before I close this video, I just want to remind you guys that you are your own culture. You are your own identity in your own lane. And you don't have to feel like either you're too white or you're too brown. You don't have to lean towards being more of the other. Like, I know that it can feel really confusing sometimes. I know that it can feel weird. And I know at the end of the day, like, we just want to fit in. We just want to be accepted. That's what everybody wants. You can be accepted for being the mix that you are. If you start to own it yourself, like, this is how I am, this is my values, this is my way of living, and maybe it's a mix of the two different cultures. Maybe you're more brown than you are white, like, whatever it is. This is my identity. I'm Indo-Western. Whatever mix that you are, you could be Asian Western. Like, own it and identify as that. That way you're not always comparing yourself to the brown people. Oh, but I'm too modern for the brown people, but then you're also maybe too conservative for the white person. No, I'm just a mix. I'm just Indo-Western. I'm in my own lane, and this is who I am. According to my own lane, I'm within my culture. Do you know what I mean? You really create your own identity. You know? These cultures exist, but like, you really create your own identity. You can adapt them, and you can live them and take the positives from each and kind of like live how you want it, okay? I really hope that this video helped you feel less of like an anxiety, less torn between cultures and like this double life. I do have another video specifically about like feeling like this with your parents. So if you're looking for more of a video like that, you can watch my previous video, which is about feeling like the black sheep. But yeah, I really hope that this video helped you. If you have struggled with like feeling too brown or feeling too white or like this dilemma, please comment. Please share your stories, because I know that I would love to hear it, but a lot of other people would relate to it and love to hear it as well. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post shorter form content there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post videos twice a week. We are here to build our community. All right, I love you guys.